What did you make of the events at Silverstone?
Hi there, Haley. Obviously, it was a situation that Formula One didn't prepare for, and doesn't want to get into again. I'd say that in the 4 days that have happened since, Pirelli have responded very well. It's not even 4 days since that Sunday afternoon, and we're now here in the German Grand Prix, and Pirelli have come up with the best solution they could and a good solution for this weekend.
You just mentioned there, obviously, Pirelli have then since announced they're going to strengthen the tyres. Do you agree that these changes need to be made? And are you happy with the changes that they have said they are going to be making?
Yes, we are. We fully support Pirelli, who are one of our technical partners. The changes they've made here is to change the rear construction of the tyre. They've replaced a steel belt with a Kevlar belt. And then they're looking at further changes again for the Hungarian Grand Prix in the following weeks. I think it's an area that they needed to address very quickly. They've done so. They swung into action on Sunday evening, the British Grand Prix, and now we're here with all those tyres for all the teams. The front tyre is exactly the same, but we didn't have the same issues with that. But I'm sure that'll be addressed as well in the following Grand Prix.
I mean, Pirelli said afterwards that they actually believe their tyres are safe, and it was the way that the teams use the tyres that wasn't safe. What do you make of those comments?
Well, all I can say is I can speak on behalf of McLaren. McLaren have run the correct specification on all of our tyres as they ran at Silverstone. On the McLaren car, including the tyres that had failures, they ran within all the specified tyre pressures. They ran with all the specified camber limits, so at no point did they run outside the region that Pirelli had specified. So if there were teams who were running outside those limits, then it's up to Pirelli to enforce it, to make sure all the teams do the same thing. So we fully support Pirelli if they're going to increase the amount of monitoring or control that they have over that, because it's very important in this business that you run the products in an area where they need to be safe. However, as I said, on the McLaren car, those tyres were always run within specification.
Just explain a little bit further. You mentioned, though, those changes. They announced the constructed with the Kevlar belt to be used at the German Grand Prix, opposed to the steel, which overheats quicker during the race, which then means it puts the tyres under more pressure. Do you think the changes to the tyres and stricter instructions then concerning the tyre pressure will then affect the car's performance? And how do you set up a car for that? And how much more work is going to have to go into that?
I think it's the same for everybody. I mean, the one thing about making changes like that, obviously, further change as well as the casing. Pirelli have revised further the camber limits and also the pressure limits here for Germany. I think when they do that, Formula One responds very quickly. We're a prototype industry, so every time our cars run, they run in a different manner. So we're very well equipped at change and changing very quickly, and that's what our simulator guys are heading to now, and that'll carry on into Friday's practice.
Do you think these changes will benefit any team in particular?
They shouldn't do. They should be, unless teams were running outside of limits and now have to run inside limits, and that would be something else. But as I said, I can only speak on behalf of McLaren because we know what setup we run on our car. So what other teams are doing is really up to them. It shouldn't shift things. It should just be safer.
And just one quick one finally, just chatting a little bit before about the comments that Pirelli had said that strengthening the tyres then, it was the way that they were being used as opposed to the actual tyres themselves. So do you agree that you were to blame, or that it was in fact the tyre issue and that Pirelli, the sole blame lies with them?
All I can say is that McLaren ran all of our tyres in full specification of Pirelli's parameters. No time did we run outside them. We had 2 tyre failures at Silverstone. One in practice in P3 with Perez, and again in the race with Perez, and at no time did they operate outside any limits that our technical partner advised us to.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for speaking with us this afternoon. Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you very much. Cheers.